Israelis living in Judea and Samaria tell CBN News they have a good life most of the time.
I can say we are living in a dream because every step we do, every morning when we wake up in the land of the Bible. We see the prophecy coming alive. And like those times, we have challenges here.
Recently, especially over the last 2 weeks, those challenges include an increase in terror attacks. Much of the world calls this territory the West Bank, although in the Bible, God gave it to the tribe of Benjamin. Israel Ganz, head of the Binyamin Regional Council here, says this time is no different from any other in Jewish history.
In the last 2 weeks, only in Binyamin, we had 200 terror attacks. I mean, we had 5 shooting terror attacks, and we have 200 stoning, a Molotov cocktail. Of course, you heard about the terrible terror attack that we had 2 weeks ago in a gas station near Eli.
The gas station and the hummus restaurant behind me are the site of one of the most recent terror attacks against Israelis in Judea and Samaria. 2 terrorists murdered 4 Israeli men, and one of them was an employee of Hummus Eliyahu.
So I called up my son Eitan, who works here at Hummus Eliyahu, and he didn't answer his phone. I think it was maybe a minute and a half, but it was the longest minute and a half of my life. And when he finally answered, I realized that he's okay, but someone else was killed.
Eliana Passantine, a mother of 8, lives here and works for the Regional Council. While her 15-year-old son Eitan survived the attack, his friend Alicia did not.
On one hand, I'm so grateful he's okay and alive, but we lost a lot of good people here.
It was a warm and pleasant afternoon. 2 terrorists arrived here in a stolen car with yellow Israeli plates. They opened fire just in front of the hummus restaurant with 2 M16 rifles.
Restaurant owner Aviad Gizbar was away on reserve duty when the attack happened.
It was our fortune that the place was empty. 10 minutes earlier, the place was bursting with a party.
There by the flag of Eli, the terrorists got out of the car. I was inside. I heard shooting and looked.
19-year-old Elkana Sadia was managing the restaurant that day.
I saw Nachman here, Elisha, and Masoud. Then the first paramedic arrived to assess the situation inside.
Sadia showed us where some of the bullets hit and how they penetrated into the restaurant.
I was standing here behind the counter preparing hummus, so I crouched down here.
Gizbar told us there hasn't been a deadly terror attack in the area of Eli for 20 years.
It's sad. I'm really sad all the time, but now we have a different task, to try to go forward as much as possible.
Ganz believes Israel must never give in to terrorism and supports military operations like the one in Jenin.
We have to defeat the terror. For me, the operation in Jenin is only the beginning. I'm sure it will be continuous for this process.
He says he can feel the prayers and support of people around the world. And Israel, he says, is fighting the terror battle not only for itself, but to protect the rest of the world.
We will be here, we'll deepen our roots, and we will be your ambassadors here in the biblical land.
Julie Stahl, Binyamin Region, Samaria.